Hello guys, welcome to the first Friday wrap of the year. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas and New Year period. Hopefully you were able to spend some time to refresh and recharge with family and all that sort of thing. But the new year is upon us and it's time to knuckle down and get going. So what does that mean? It means on Fridays we do the Friday wrap. This week I've got a presentation again. The last few from last year I just started talking and that sort of thing. This week I've got a bit of a presentation and a few slides to run through, so I'll get straight to it. All right, this week I've called it Balancing the Books. When you work and you get nearer and nearer to retirement, you are going to start to think about, I wonder how much I can live off when I retire. And hopefully you've done the Your Wealth Your Way program, or you're a member of the Your Wealth Your Way program, because that is around three fundamental questions. How much do you want to live off when you retire? How much do you need to accumulate? And are you on track? So you know what you can anticipate to live off when you retire. Now, a quick story. One day I'm sitting down with a client and I said, how much do you want to live off? And they go, God, I don't know. And I said, well, there's this group called ASFA that suggests that $62,000 is a comfortable level of income for a couple in retirement. And the wife looked at the husband and said, 62,000, mate, you better work bloody hard, because there's no way no one I can live on $62,000 a year. But the thing with these guys was they earned after tax, I won't go through the full story, after tax $105,000. Their loan repayments were $35,000 a year. They're not going to have those loan repayments in retirement. So it brings them down to 70. Their kids' school fees were about 10. They're not going to have kids' school fees in retirement. So it brings them down to 60. Then that doesn't include the actual cost of kids and the clothes and the food and all that sort of thing. So they're actually currently living on less than 62,000. The lady thought that I can't live on 62,000. I can't afford that. She's comparing the 105 to the 62. She hasn't taken out all the expenses that she's not going to have. So we're not comparing apples with apples. So that's why I call today Balancing the Books. I'll move me over there a little bit. Let's have a look at what we're talking about. So I do say there, you've got expenses that you're going to live off from, all your working life all the way through retirement. Some of the expenses when you retire, you're not going to have loan repayment, school fees, cost of kids, insurances, things like that. So when we're trying to compare your income from a pre-retirement to a post-retirement, we don't want to say you need your current income, because you don't have to pay for things that you currently pay for. So that's step one, is getting rid of those and then starting at a level that makes sense. So you might be in a number of brackets, but you need to do this exercise, guys. And I've got the process that we've built to do this. So please call me and let's get this done if you don't know where you're at. But you might be in a position where you're spending too much income now. Remember, we're talking about balancing the books, right? So we want to balance the books between from our working life to our retirement life, and make it that we're not, well, let me explain what we want to make sure that we're not doing. We don't want to go through all of our working life and spend all of our money and not allocate any money to our future self through some form of debt reduction or wealth creation. In this instance, we're going to live on all this money up here, and then when we retire, we don't have enough to generate, an income anywhere near what we were used to. So we take a big hit. That's one example. Another example is you might go, well, we've just retired and I'm going to live a few years, on an income pretty close. And then after a short period of time, you go, gosh, I can't live on this income. I'm going to run out of money real soon, and I won't have anything to live on other than the age pension. And then you take a even bigger hit and you go down even lower again. The opposite to these guys is the guys that live very frugally all through their life, and then when they retire, they go, hang on a minute, we've saved a lot of money. We can live on a lot more. We're actually going to earn more money or receive more money in the form of a pension and whatever it is when we've retired than what we did when we were working. And you don't want to, work your backside off all this time to, enjoy it at a later time. You want to do it somewhere like this, where you've balanced the books all through your working life. You've met, a standard of living which potentially is similar to what it is when you retire. And there's no reason why that can't happen, especially if you're comparing apples with apples, like I said earlier. So one of the things that we need to do is understand, what does it look like for you? You know, it's no point to go, oh, this many percent, or, you know, the average person retires at about 75%, you know, of their Let's work out what it is for you. Let's see what your numbers are doing. The sooner you do this, the better. And by that, I mean, the more time that you give you until the point where you retire, the better, because we can get to a point where this is possibly happening. You know, we don't want this to happen, because you're not going to be able to spend all of your money, and then, you know, you're going to give an inheritance to your children or whoever you decide to give it to. We don't want this to happen, because we don't want, you know, to get to retirement and you retire for 30 years and go, you know, this isn't really much fun because we don't have any money. You know, we do want to enjoy ourselves all the way through, but some planning, some commitment, some habits, some automation and discipline is going to help you along the way. That's the details there. You know, you can get me on my mobile, send me through an email. Always happy to chat. That is the first Friday wrap of the year. We're going to do them all year. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for more topics. Again, I've been getting positive feedback, which gives me encouragement to keep it up. If you've got anything that you want to talk about, or maybe that you want to hear me talk about, send me an email. If you've got any questions, I'd love to be able to answer, you know, questions and create videos on topics that you guys want to hear about. So, all right, guys, that's it. First Friday wrap of the year done. Let's have a good year. All right, talk soon. Bye.